Hey, I'm here to talk about why my week was chaos. So my week has been chaos, hectic, a lot maybe, tiring, exhausting for some, where I drove up to Manchester to see my girlfriend. I saw some friends, went out on a date, things like that. Most importantly, I met my girlfriend's parents for the first time. And not just meeting them, but putting into practice the Chinese etiquette that I have no clue about and I had no idea about. So it was brain frying, but to the point of it went really well, in my opinion. But I did have the feeling of I was being watched with how I use chopsticks, with how I pour tea, and don't worry, I did them correctly.
No, you can get food. Ice cream.
So nice.
Re-recap blue whale.
Do you know what up dog is?
What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
Wow. Good as ring, guys.
Ow!
My favorite sausage ever. No matter what, I'll always get. Take my hand, will you share this moment with me? Oh, the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars that we steal from the night sky. I live in a shop, so I can't really.
Bro, moving on to the Q&A I did on my Instagram, and some of you asked some questions. There was only 4. The first question was from Bpop Andy, and it was, I want to know age lessons you learned in age years from your favorite people. So at first I didn't really understand this question, but I feel like you're asking me what did I learn and when did I learn that. And it's quite hard, and I think it's quite broad, because I feel like as a person you do learn a lot every day, unless you don't really do anything or you don't want to learn. But I think one example would be graduating from university, where you're always, well, I was always surrounded by people, I was always socializing, there was people coming around to my place, always talking, to the point where, so I guess that was 2021, just to backtrack, and then fast forward to the age of 25, where you try to organize a birthday party for yourself, and it would go like this basically. People can make it and people can't. Your best friends can make it, your other best friends can't, and you actually just have to get on with it, and you just have to say, it's fine, I'll see you soon. And that soon can be a week, a month, or even 6 months, or up to a year. And what's nice now at the age of 25 is that when you have birthdays, you have those annual reunions with people that you might not see for a while but are still your friend. I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, just comment down below and I'll reply. The second question is the meaning of life. This is quite deep, coming from Renee, which is, I guess, we love talking about this stuff anyway, so it's fine, right? When is it never fine? But the meaning of life, in my opinion, can be lost in translation with social media nowadays. Expectations that you were taught from a very young age, but it all comes down to perspective. And of course, this is my opinion. Some people might think you have to work to live, or you have to live to work. and sometimes it does depend on finances, what you have, resources available to yourself basically. But for me, the meaning of life is, it's quite hard. There has been some hardships that I have been through, that you have gone through, that we have gone through together as well. And I think it's really shaped our perspective of what the meaning of life is, which is, if you can enjoy something, enjoy it. You actually don't know when good things will come. I'll cut. Let me think about this properly. This is hard. Thank you for getting me thinking. Should have prepared, but I like to do things raw. The meaning of life for me, I feel like it's quite hard when, as humans, you have to work to be able to enjoy things. And obviously we're not really spoon-fed. Some of us don't have generational wealth. And it's really just living life as best as you could with what's available to you. And I feel like it's hard to live your life when you don't really know yourself. So I think me and you both know that coming into terms with who we actually are and what we actually want to do in life and pursuing what we want to do, but at the same time enjoying time spent together with friends, cherishing those moments really, and spending time with family. I feel like that's the most important part in my life anyway, but also giving back when I can, because there's just something about doing good for others whilst doing good for yourself, which money I don't think can accomplish. Obviously do it to the point where you're not going to put yourself down under, but I've come to value my friends a lot more, and I've come to realize that my friends now will help me build who I am and what I want to achieve, which is great, right? Because not a lot of people experience this, and I don't know if it comes with age, but really the meaning of life for me is making the most out of it with what you have. Third question, lightening it up a bit, is my dream wedding with my girlfriend. So my dream wedding is actually, it's hard to think about because I'm the type of person that never looks into the future. But if I did look into the future, which I normally do, and I just don't like speaking about it in case it doesn't happen, is a rainforest wedding. I love nature, man. Imagine if I had a wedding next to a waterfall in a rainforest and it wasn't dirty. I know it's hard to find that now unless you go to some untouched land, but there are some woods or forest weddings that look amazing, especially with the trees, the greenery contrasting with the white clothing, or even colourful dresses, colourful clothing. Not really colourful, but beige or colour tones, which is my thing. I know I'm wearing black right now, but my dream wedding is probably a forest wedding where you can make as much noise as you can. If someone says that's going to disrupt wildlife, then we're not going to have a party there. But rainforest wedding with all my guests. I feel like I love nature. I think nature is underrated nowadays. Everyone just wants to go on holiday to a city and explore the city, never a forest. So that's my dream wedding. Last but not least is a question from Carl. Life after graduation. And I think this is a good question at the moment because it might still be exam season. I don't know. Yes, exam. Sorry, I thought of max. It might still be exam season and a lot of people are stressed. A lot of people don't know what to do after studies, and I shit you not, there are some people that still don't know what they're doing even whilst working, so you're not alone. But people don't really agree with me, but I think life after graduation is better because I hated studying. I know I passed, I got my degree and everything. I met a lot of friends there, but I hated studying. It was studying, but the job market is crazy at the moment, and it was crazy for me. It's always been crazy. Everyone's looking for jobs, people are using AI, but I think once you get used to a little story, my first job, I had to start at 8, so I had to wake up at 5:30 to get the train, start at 8, and it was non-negotiable. I had to end at 6:30 or 7, So I'd get home at 9, go to sleep, wake up, and I did that for about 3 to 4 months. And at one point I started crying to my mum saying, I can't do this. And my mum was just like, this is life, Jared, this is it. So one day I had to just get used to it. And getting used to it, I guess when you get used to it and you start making money is when you realize I'm actually getting something back. I'm not studying for 3 months and getting a grade and I'm like, oh, is that it? Well done. But when you get money, you have freedom to do whatever you want, spend it however you want. So that's why I prefer life after graduation instead of working and also studying, which is what I had to do. But if you're feeling lost, I didn't find myself until 3 years after my graduation. And some people haven't found themselves until they were 30. And these are true stories that I hear from people. My main advice is that you have time. Everyone has time. Just don't do anything crazy. Don't throw your life away. And this is my main advice for my friends as well. There's always time. And it's best to make your mistakes early in your life than later when you have a family, when you have financial responsibilities. But I really want you to take this away and think about it, because it's easy to say, but when you actually reflect on it, you might know people that still don't know what they're doing or want to do something else. But the fact that you're doing something is already more than enough. So that is my advice for life after graduation. So this week was very exhausting. I'm gonna feel like a potato now. And I hope I answered your questions well. But at least I didn't burn my hot dogs and eggs today, so I'm feeling good. But if you do have any other life questions, it's probably easier for me to answer them typing because I have more time to think. But please drop them below and I'll see you next week. Bye!